Hello, welcome from this channel that's Tech Globe Up. The other channel is Tech Globe Atlas for the next generation. I don't think we will make it there. Is it going? Who knows? Maybe we can achieve the stage to see the world together. The map of maps. I don't know. It's all about our positivity and trust in creativity. So the word of the week is initiation and that which is insight, talking about what inspires within your entity, whatever is it you belong. So I really think watching all these influencers and new people is coming in the algorithm. I'm not an agent, all right. I was born in Venezuela. Which has come from a war of hackers trying to save the rules of roleplay for virtual reality. Have found a pattern within the system of roleplay where we play throughout the multiverse for 20 years. And I started to be a scriptwriter. And I'm a Christian, Catholic, and I love meditation from the world of Osho. I don't like analysis, and I didn't want to be an international therapist because I believe in just playing, and I don't like people. I could see growing up with these international therapists in India from around the world that I do admire because they prepare me, and they all told me without knowing each other to prepare. So nobody can manipulate me. Not to be a therapist. Mm, mm. They all love being playful and present moment to moment. That's that's the learning I've been given from the people that left the West to go to India, practice meditation and enjoy the beauty of being away the material capitalist world in the West. And it is a relief. It is an initiation, spiritual initiation from within your. Not everyone has the courage to leave everything and go to another part of the world without any security when you return back. All right, with any support. So I want to thank my mother and father. I would have never had the courage. I think I've been very stable in all my lives, and this is the first time. I think I've worked in castles for many lives on any position or possible work ever. And it's not that it's better or safe, just being a devotee I had in my imagination. Because it's a different texture. I like you to be able to the fear how your memory has different types of memories within a dream. Is it different when you are a witness or when you are involved in the dream? And there are memories who come from distance in your childhood, like if it's another life, right? So you can associate where this source of information comes from. This comes from my fantasy stories in first person. This comes from gossip that have been infiltrated in my mind, or this is a message from somebody that's being passed through. So I listen to it. You can all taste the source of where this information comes from and what is its final closure and meaning, especially at the end. All right. So well, it's quite fun as we are here today. Thank Tucker Carlson. His name, I'm dyslexic, so there are many people here working for peace, a global peace, but forever and ever. I belong to these people. All right. And when people are talking about a nuclear bomb, it's because of peace. It's not because people around the world will like peace because they like you. People around the world just want peacefulness. I have to deal with a problematic person in my normal job. It happens to be the manager. If it was another person, it doesn't matter. I would help this person to work better. But I cannot help this person because it has borderline personality and a role that's not to be of a person with mental illness. It has the 9 out of 9. You could deal with few. I can deal with narcissists, with psychopaths. I can deal with all sorts, but give me a borderline personality, and it's like, I don't have a solution for this, really. Because the need to be accepted is so mentally ill that it will go on and on and on. And in therapy groups, we call these people that is 1 out of 30. And it happens to be many times that they get infiltrated in 1 of 20 as well. And we call them a black hole therapist, the international therapist. Um, these are not orthodox therapies, right? And there are some that it just came to be too illegal, but nobody was controlling anyone. They were just experimenting with just doll and all sorts of people and things. So don't judge one because of all. They were not all like that, all right? And it changed throughout the generations when they started to see these things going on. So the synonymous, I really want to thank Carlson, Tucker Carlson. There are many people thinking for global peace and order on a sane, healthy way. So will it be in this way or in this other? Are we going to have 500 years of uh, beliefs from Babylon still happening today? Things like that, yeah, that are being built throughout, and like this on and on and on. So we return to understand what we're talking about. You can understand any language in this world. You don't need to know the language by the sound. So they're good people. They're not. They have hatefulness. Maybe there's a reason. I don't know. They're really onto something. There is no word in between that comes down. Like if there is a doubt, or maybe they're good people. It's just all unipolar, right? They're all in the same vibe. They are not two-dimensional or three-dimensional. They don't have much but that. So they're on a first dimension. That's it. Are they willing to grow with all of us together, or just so? We really need to talk about this. Really, stop all the evolution of the world because of this. Like, really think about it. Just think about it. So whatever happens, support our leaders. All right, we're not gonna allow to have any national war. So it'd be nice if politicians support their leaders on this time in history. Will human evolution really get to a level of universal love, national love, to support your leaders instead of fighting them? You have people that are just going nuts because of the situation, or are they going nuts because they've been nuts from the first day they came in? Or perhaps they have been hired to do that because they have the ability to fulfill a path and get to the end as nobody. So this affects the future in Africa as well. It affects Russia as well, becoming enemies, not being creative. This affects our money. This affects us to not be able to move around the world. This affects us to move around the world as well. It would incline us to make believe that we can get some money out of this and make something beautiful for one another. And yes, there's always going to be somebody that has more mental illness than you, or a different mental illness where you cannot share. Not all of us were built to steal, gossip all day long. Of course, narcissists love to have borderline people. So I do have strong narcissistic traits, all right? I could be, it's 9 points of narcissism, but the only ones are related to work. So that's obsession, right? Obsession for the work. We'll make jokes about Catholics being obsessed. They all have OCPD. Because we want heaven right here, right now, and perfect. When you're in the multiverse, you laugh about playing demons and also transcending. I find out that I was the only one who could transcend stories because everybody would get stuck in their own kingdom and not helping or bringing out stories together. It's not easy. It's not just like that. So, how can you initiate, for example, light, right? So, to spark some light inside your world, right? So this would be put inside in here. That's for all the women in the world that I represent. All the women in the world, the married and the non-married, right? Many women who are married, they always are insulting those who are not married. And that does not make you a better Christian, all right? You know who you are. I love you very much. Um, Sometimes I think, maybe that's why Charlie Kirk can be wiped off as well, Looking like that to women, that they have to be married before they're 30. I'm really like, wow. There's no understanding what is to be a woman. What is your husband has a car accident? You know how many women used to be killed in India because their husband died? Widows would be cast away from society. Um, they would all blame on you also because you must have been a bad person because he died. Things like that. In, installation is synonymous to introduction, which is synonymous to initiation, which splits into in here. We can see initiation, the synonymous. So you have an idea. And from introduction up, below is entrance. Up is installation, inauguration, introduction, well, inception, commencement. And entrance has admission, instatement, inauguration, induction, investiture, enrollment. You can ask artificial intelligence about synonymous that are for certain contexts, and it will give you a lot of other synonymous in a spiritual field. Initiation by force can be a humiliation. Some people teach by, well, I would do that. To humiliate somebody is so they learn. So you initiate them to take awareness. It wouldn't be nice to have a map where you have people in the world that have not evolved because they have chosen to believe that they can hide their woman and kill their people from freedom of expression and so on, so far. Freedom of thought, freedom of imagination, freedom of feeling, besides freedom of speech. We will become more refined and respectful, subtly, generation after generation. So imagine if these people dress as they used to dress 2000 years ago. How far away will they be? If they do not open their hearts to feel one another beyond their limitations, the limitations they put to themselves. So, well, this is a map of your own that you have inside your nation, right? This is what I'm talking here, from here to a globe map. So, the evolution of 2000 years ago is very little. All right, don't think you're so advanced if you're in the west side of the story. Hmm? But the difference is quite much if you put it on perspective, of course. Some places, like, because there's always summer and you can dance and people are not judging the woman because they're maybe half naked because it's very hot and they walk like flowers and They care of themselves. They like to express beauty with their dresses and or their tight jeans. I told my daughter, Debbie of 31, don't talk to me anymore until there is peace. So since the war in Ukraine, uh, nothing, everything stopped. At least some people that work in politics get paid and can pay their family and they can see each other. You tell me how much money and a waste of evolution it is if the people in Iran don't feel responsible for being in this planet Earth. For the part of the world they hold. What is the problem they have with their leaders and themselves to deserve to be alive? Why do you deserve to be alive and kill others? Why do you deserve to talk in behalf of your people, but they don't have the right to speak for themselves, but only what you say? And in the same way, in your houses with each other. So it's an invitation to be initiated and a spark of life, spark of light. So there might be drama, and once it's finished, there is no more drama. If there's nothing there, nothing there to talk about. Nothing. We will look into other problems without having a solution, right? That's the whole humankind on internet. Unless they are making pranks, making you laugh, entertaining you. When we can create wealth, we can create happiness. We can promote places to not have phones when they're dancing, respect people's privacy. Do you think the people that are being filmed in the streets like to be on internet sometimes? Like if they are women in Manchester going out in the streets with their miniskirts and they're drunk dancing, like and they're being filmed like if they are easy women or sluts. Of course they don't care, but of course they would care if you give them the right to care. They would say, I don't care, but that's okay. What can you do? But if you have the power to say, you know, that's my private life in the night. I like to go with a miniskirt and dance and just take the joke out of experiencing sexuality on this stage of my life and dancing and having fun with my generation. So there are people who who make the cover of these videos with naked women, open legs, all right? Just showing the night in some places of Europe. There's no human rights. They will go on and on with the same problems. We have the power. We are being initiated by the highest core of our generation. Because if you have the creativity, you wouldn't want to take over anyone. The great belief is that if people are wealthy enough, they would become psychotic, thinking they can take over. So the same stories of the past. But if you have a global map, at least the map of your own, like for me would be the role players. I mean, basically, it's just for the multiverse, which is totally different. It's not for the tech globe atlas. Is that for the reality? But I would have one for the role players, the dictionary with the characters from each country, how much they got. We'll be able to register each character for each multiverse, unless some you want to create a different multiverse. There is always infinite rules. But the tissue of reality among the stories can only be shaped throughout the reality. And in reality, there's only a unique person with the tissue of your story with others. This has been talked over and over too much. Um, I am concerned to when I will have my money to be with my children as soon as possible. Nobody will care if you die as well. Don't worry. Doesn't matter how many influencers you have. You know, look at Jordan Peterson. Does somebody care about him? Is there a campaign to make him come back? How many people care, talk about him as much they share with him? What was wrong with him? What's he going through? How is his progress? Why his academy is not working as it should when it's very well designed. And it can also help a lot of people from around the world that will need education and don't have a university to go. So, are we brothers and sisters? Do we care about each other? Your things you don't like. Of course, the Orthodox people will want to marry me, to control me, or marry my daughter or son with somebody to control me because they're afraid. How to control people. If not, you kill them, but even though they find no, you cannot just kill people like that. Now, just do you really think people want to control you? You know, there's smart people or intelligent from the heart. Like, what do you think? What do you think? People are that stupid? Do you really believe we can multiply our money by talking about values and sharing a credit that is thought by trust and generating trust, not just in a bank, but into your own system, creating a mansion into a village. And you see there how much it is inside and how much is giving and how much is there. This can only come from the people. From governments, they will decide. We will see which governments are showing the map of their own government taxes. We will see the most corrupted governments on earth because they are not achieving that state of uploading on a monthly basis the data of the money they got from the government and the interlinks that go for what's been invested. Learning how to pay attention to their stock and what's being done and putting it up there. And that will show in their own map of their own governments where it goes, from which ministry, the people involved. So this is all my creation. If you treat women like if they're stupid, you will never believe that it comes from me. Of course, it comes also from everything I have learned, but I have not really been in China, Russia. I've been in the Western world with the best people of this world. That's what I see. That's what I learned. That's where I grew up. I've been in the streets, in worse places that you could ever imagine. And kept the joy from the learning, spiritual learnings, thanks God. And the people that have been there to guide. So we all have our scriptures, beautiful scriptures. We have beautiful writings from our scriptures. We can stop the revelations. We can stop the apocalypses happening. And this is the only way. We can grow with artificial intelligence and get out promoting green forms of energy, talking about green power, and just to associate with creativeness. And only. We must confront when there is a problem. Gaslighting and talking on parallel worlds or between words or with synonymous without referring to the truth can be part of not being associated because of what people think, to take care of yourself. But you're taking care of what? When you have all the power in the world with your people, your allies, your friends, your leaders from around the world to give us that percentage to start rolling. So we would like to see their tech globe map in the tech globe atlas. And I give you my work. Yeah, call me a crock if you want, but I'm no secret agent. I don't work for the government. I've not been hired. Um, that's how I choose my destination. Yeah, I'll be paid when there's peace and recover my children as soon as possible. So there is always going to be a little war, conflicts, but we will see that in the map. not your dispute. We'll see the man or woman are living in heaven on earth. The younger generation will need all these trends. Imagine how many influencers will lose their income because people in the future generations are going to be in virtual reality. And some, only a few, will be traveling and helping create a better world. As people join because they want to be initiated. They're not being initiated by force or with threats of being killed if they don't, because they want to. They say, hey, they got this credit. How did they get it? I also want to get a credit, even if I have to return to work to prove my stability in my work. More and more, little by little. It's only an experiment first. Some people might think it's going to be a pyramidal work. Well, when I've talked about abstraction the other day, is because I really don't know how it's going to be exactly designed. That's why I listen to other people and I keep having more structure of how is obviously going to work better for our reasoning. When you see the world, when you see your own country, the problems, how we need each other. We have people we don't know in Angola, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, Madagascar, Tanzania, Kenya, Rwanda. Look at all this: Somalia, Ethiopia, Sudan, South Sudan, Central African Republic, Democratic Republic of Congo, so green, Angola, and so on. Like so many, there's so many countries there in Africa. Like wow, Nigeria, Sierra Leone. That was my boyfriend. Was his family was from there. He was born in London and raised in New York City. They're cool people from all around the world, and we need the main influencers to be able to filter this information, right? That would be the world. So, what is an initiation for you starting? You can pick any synonymous for what's starting. What's an initiation for you? Um, when it's by force, because you're not taking the vitality of the energy that's coming, yeah. When you don't move with the energy, you are meant to fall down. Is in science. You can go and look at all the motions. If somebody's coming to you dancing and jumps, or you take the person or wave it in the air, or you get rigid and it was gonna push you because you didn't catch the movement to dance with. You can learn that on karate, martial arts, kung fu. Instead of fighting it, you just flow with it. When you're surfing and catching a wave, you're gonna fall. It ends. You go down the wave. You don't fight with the wave. You flow with it deep. Let it go down. You flow with it. You move with it. You get stiff there in the middle. It's going to hurt you and hurt you all the way. I die. It's the nature of our relations. All these dynamics, right? So you can talk about it. Joe Rogan. You can with your friends talk about the movement, you know? Or are you gonna get discredit, you know? I don't know how you're gonna get discredit. I don't know if they're going to make peace. Because then what they will copy us and then have influencers against us because other reasons. So it's not meant to be copied as well. Talk with your friends. Hey, you know, with Elon Musk. How you do a technological map? Man, I want to see the corruption. I want to see how much is being paid. Why don't you do it with your elite friends? People have the right to know. The influencers care about this world. There are people who care. There are victims in this world out of all this. I am a victim. I am a victim of this system. And I will always be a voice for the victim. I will always go and look in all those places where there is hell, where women don't have their rights, where children are abandoned, there's no one, where there are only abusers, where there are women who take the piss out, women who are alone with kids, with abuser males, because they have believed in the dream of being married. I want to see the map of all the women that are married while being abused, because being divorced will be a humiliation, because they only have pride and proud. They're in love with the idea of being married, no matter how much abuse there is with them and their children. And then I want to see the people who are really in love, truly in love, working or to please God and humanity. So they wouldn't be fucking around talking bad about anyone unless it's a real threat. That's it's okay, a good story, but like, okay. It's over. It's over. They're done. It's not threats. Yeah, I have already helped with that. So many people have helped with that. It's not a threat. It's not a publicity campaign either. It's fine. We're in 2026. And yes, people will still want to criticize others' behavior because people are learning about behaviors. Well, if that is what makes you a better person, right? Just stop existing. But you're not going to be a person that people would relay when they need you. Because you're only for your people. Why would you trust somebody that doesn't trust you or give you trust? Why would you connect someone who is just. But you know that we have something in common that's making a better world. And unfortunately, we accept each other for that reason. We don't fuck it up on each other, right? So, a person that does care will have a lot of mistakes and flaws, and that is our human nature. How are we going to pass over? This is not about great brother or big brother. You're initiating people that watch these programs to do that at work. This TV show should be legal and taken out of every channel. And I do believe there's not going to be any more wars for thousands and thousands of years. I do believe that your inner paradise exists. And wherever you go, you initiate people just by being yourself. So if I am telling a person something and they stop being afraid of what other people think, because they're starting to see what's right. What is the law? This is the money for your Christmas dinner. You have no right to take it. You're not afraid then to talk about the rules that compose a job. You don't do this. You don't do that. You're not afraid of correcting others, whatever you are in this company. Because that belongs to you. Doesn't matter is it doesn't matter. It is $30 or 30,000, 3 million. They will always steal. The very act itself. You would rather have the ambition to create better in the world around you and create better jobs with the people that you have around you because they are loyal. Inside your company, they care. And you listen to them. They're not just all abandoned into the hands of people that just got there a job. And they think the owners have so much money, they can steal. They can just pat their shoulders and just be quiet so they do whatever they want. Because they hate people that have so much money, so many companies they have, that not even nobody knows who owns the company. And they're all trying to guess who's the owner. And somebody comes there, like not caring really, pretending to be the husband of a new owner. It doesn't look like a owner of family business. And these companies could have reopened so many stores already. Do you think employees want to be from one lawsuit to the other, losing their jobs? From the inside, how would you initiate people to work with love? You would go and work with them and just enjoy life. You would show them, yes, you don't do that. And talk with them. They would talk back to the others as well. They would all behave like high class, joking and laughing. Not every high class, all right, is like that. Just gotta take care of what you have and have some criteria with whom you are with, because this is what's gonna happen. They're not used to so much abundance. They're not used to be happy. They're not used to enjoy life nonstop. What do you know? They're only thinking how to take from you. It doesn't matter how much they have. They will always be thinking how to take more from you. And this is a pattern mechanism in many countries. So of course the highest class is afraid of being constantly with these stories of a lack of loyalty because they need to learn what is sense of property. And we can only achieve this by the high class sometimes working in the workforce so people learn. Not that there is equality, but they can be better. And that is the fun, that we're all different. And that's what you need to be inspired. I want to go and be initiated. I want my children to go and have a spaceship, ignite the spaceship. I want to be born in the future and drive my own spaceship, not have people so concerned with others because they have more important things to do with the speed of 100 things at a time. By looking at the system and the world's values, you would just be thinking and acting so much, so fast. The growth of taking care of your body and sharpening your senses would not be to manipulate others because no one has manipulated us. They've given us trust. At some point, not now, they're still doing the old things. Of course, Camden Zone would be afraid of talking about things doesn't really matter, giving a solution. It's better to generate more hatred towards a person because they already started hating this. But there are many philosophical stories and spiritual stories. From Jesus, many. You are many. You are many children of God, daughters. Just imagine you have the formula, but you never talk about it. Having the freedom of expression. And you see how the problem controls you to keep your hatred and likes, creating more hatred for being liked. And in the other side as well. But you've been giving a formula to multiplicate abundance from around the world together. Ah, there is another formula, virtual reality in the fantasy realms. We ignite it. It's been already studied. discovered, it's been already found. So I bring you this from my insights. For the next week, that's the cover. That's more like the constitution, what constitutes your body and your nation, your culture, race, your class, high class, low class, the cover. That's a narcissistic design. So we can talk about power or design. The you can always have a car, but it has this design. It can be a human. So there is what shapes you, right? I don't know what is a word you think that's for the next week. Power. If you like a word, just say a word. I think that's a good word. Something that we can work with that in this month, unless it's for the scenario. The cover has a scenario as well and a design, but you will find many designs, many verses within the multiverse. You will find many groups on each verse. You will find many individuals and styles in one scenario or one style, when everyone is the same, yeah, in unidimensional in that scenario. Okay, as a script writer, as a writer of stories and scenarios, as a person that has gone to multiple places in the world and is culture or has spoken with different people. So think together, man. I am not interested in talking with people. I already talk with a lot of people in the store, and I really love the human connection. An unknown source, right? I really don't like the idea of people liking me because of any other reason. Just I just like to be liked for who I am. That's all I ever dream to be with. Just like that, not because people questioning or because because of interest or because you make me laugh or you make me orgasms or because you make me feel important or because oh yeah or this or that, or I can use you can use me, like zero interest in my creativity would be limited, my imagination will be limited, my freedom will be also have to enter a standard that's for, you know, anyone can judge, everyone is free to judge. I don't care, but I am representing something that it's not a big deal. We're all in here in between. So I just imagine being with my teenagers and growing as young adults as soon as possible. God has promised me true love. I sometimes laugh about it because I don't think for women true love is forgiving or being unforgiving. I'm not calm really for that. I am not a person to be talking about relationship either. with anyone unless with my partner. You are. That's what you are, and that's it. So I love just to enjoy my life. That's why I grew up. I never saw that with my parents. They were very busy, each one with their company, and my longest relation also had his for 6 years, so his freedom to work and me mine. So we just meet, and that was our sanctuary. That's somebody you respect so much. That's sacred. That's it. You're not gonna go there to church and tell the priest what to do, or because my relationship with you. I think that's just for me. It's just I have no come for that. I love to listen to that from far away, very far away, like listen to Teal Swan. But I'm not reasoning what she's talking about. I just love to listen. Close my eyes and listen. And it sounds beautiful. So sometimes some words is healing. Okay. That's sort of like we've been initiating each other in this third generation. And I think that is really cool. I love to listen the words we share and the extensions that you bring. And I love how calm and friendly you are when you talk with people as an influencer, and always talk about others as well. There are other good ones that other people don't know. And about stopping to be an internet and go out there and enjoy life as well. That's what I dream as well. So people talk about being alone in their chambers, echo chambers with the same algorithms. So, why would you want to be with people that think to control you or suppress you when you all share the same rights and love these rights? That's why you are together, right? So, is it talking bad about somebody, defending yourself, or are you defending the company itself? So, give an answer to people. What is the solution to all this? Because bringing criticism, it makes you more frustrated. And I know you're having now 2 million viewers. But think of tomorrow. Some people have million viewers in the lockdown because they were telling the truth and getting all this. But I don't want to listen to that anymore. People get tired as well. It's not about hating the Arabs or the Jews. They have their own time to evolve as well. It's you too. When you look at all the people, the beautiful people, the right to love, the right to be with your children. That's a luxury, for many to be with your children with the right conditions. Yeah. So, many men will think about their drink, their drug, and their dick, while taking advantage of many women with children And many men that have money would like to abuse their children at home as well because of the pressure, the social pressures, or their woman. There's a lot of things going on. So don't ever hurt another woman because of what she went through. Like if you are better, you do not know the pain that also men have with their incapability to feel. They had to go through wars and be a stronger man among men in a world of men. So what happens if they go into the unknown and let go of their big egos? When that happens, the love that comes in a man is greater than the love of a woman. Because woman has these on survival modes, the love and empathy to nourish with beauty and nourish his partner, nourish. But when a man enters into their heart, becomes a Jesus. And it's very rare that men do that. And that's the beauty when we feel initiated by a man like that. So we have beautiful men in our society thanks to that. I will love to see more beautiful people around the world that I have not seen as well. So forgive my incapability to see others that are not showing. Do you think people really want to talk about historical problems of people that are handling power? Not easy for them as well. So none of them are the same, but they will do what they consider is best. And the people have the responsibility to respond. If they're taking it with vitality as an initiation that they want to, you know, be on the page of this world to grow together, or they are taking it in a bad way, right? So we like to see the frontiers together, right? So if you find something that is good, you would like others to, you can keep the same, just respect women. I would never be here without the support of my society. So the society that has built our men as well. I appreciate there is intelligence that can negotiate this in best case scenario. Could just laugh about these moments in life, all right? That have been dissolving from our own traumas, our own past traumas, from wanting to fix and solve something that is not of our own. Something happened in our lives And it's not a responsibility that other people die, right? This is something I learned from my first husband. His family from Lebanon. I was Hamdit. I took his last name, Hamdit. He made me a United States resident, assistant of heart surgery and Lennox Hospital, Lexington. A good friend, beautiful man and tall and strong and healthy, with a beautiful family from Boston. He was born in Boston. He used to be a heroin addict and would tell me all his stories. His name was Anthony. We married as friends. I told him we wouldn't have sex and he could have European nationality if he wanted. So that was very nice of him to let my daughter, come to study while I work. And I would keep the apartment clean and with flowers and with food as a form of gratefulness. And he was always alone. So he had no time to make friends. I was looking for somebody that suffered from loneliness. I already was looking for that profile for my 20s, early 20s. So I didn't have to bring explanations to anyone. I wanted to explore the world of New York and do whatever I want and take care of my daughter with those hours that I had to take care of her. I wanted to enjoy my freedom. I was not in love because I told him I already know how I'm going to die if I am with you. So I don't have nothing much to say or do. He would not help me with my creativity. He would just pretend he read it and not really, because he was very tired from his work. But in general, every woman is in this way. If you find a good man, because in this new generation, they're creative with TikTok and all this multimedia where they see a woman, you know, there's a lot of men from the right insulting women. And still, they support women, but they marry young women or women with silicone. So it's not really like supporting a cause. It's not really like, who wants to be a woman? Like, do you want all this judgment, really? Do you want to just be like this or fit here or here? There are not many roles. If for women in the world, the judgment is so bad. These are only 100 years. We can earn our own salary. So to find someone that is compatible, you know, the knows how to use synonymous, at least takes a few seconds to know which word is better. to have that resonance, to have that equilibrium with you. It's so sweet to see when people are really talking from their heart, not because of what people will put their like and follow you, like Theo or Tio. It's not about a fashion of hating Jews or Muslim, or I would like for each part of the world to evolve by itself, stop immigration to some extent. We could emigrate in better terms, of course, making other countries poor because of immigration. It's other countries thinking that it's going to be better in another part of the world. Um, you need your family as well. It's good to have your moments alone and go away. It is good to expand, but we're not all the same. We have many times while being alive as well. It'd be very easy to just be talking about what's going on in the world while we keep supporting the slowdown of humanity, or like that action to happen through us as well. Politicians can't be responsible for everyone. Consciousness is the highest value and power we can share throughout any value. We will discover more talent and share them. And that finds me with relief. That's the startup. So it would be nice to know there is peace and peace and peace. So they share the value of peace. It was Russia who started this war. So I don't think Trump wants to be the owner of the world, but he does have a responsibility to bring an end to this. Don't judge him too much. As Christians, find forgiveness for his generation and all the people that are still having this, you know, it's fine when you're young to want to explore, you know, human value is more than just a mere ejaculation. Tantrics know better. Is that be nice that all this is a bit more sacred and respected when you talk with women. There will always be the exchange of the sexes, but not necessarily to have to talk about sex or relationship when you are talking with a woman, because they carry the reproduction and the responsibility of the children or household. Men also have the responsibility. Let's not forget. Okay. And it should be beautiful. Whatever you are, co-parenting or not. We have other values to talk, to enjoy the beauty of another one. It's not that you're flirting or having sexual imagination. You're sharing a value. And if you love each other, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong. So this is something that invites and ignites you. We'll be having more crazy, funky women, uh, freaky women, genius, talented women, that they don't need to excuse themselves what they bring, right? So it doesn't have to be so serious and condemning. So, well, lucky for those who have support. And if I am being used for a connection, I appreciate uh, those who keep praying for peace and thinking what is the best way to end this war. Cannot take all our years away. We have so many genius and so much productivity and so much positivity and so much wealth to share. But how can it be that the best man and woman in this world have given themselves for the lesser to to stop being lesser? Yeah, behaving as that. Start being human. And if you don't know what is that, just question yourself. What are you in this world? Nobody's going to have compassion on the martyrs if they are all dead. There's nothing else to look for. In Russia as well. Why would the Ukrainians have to die? Look how big Russia it is. Putin must have better ways to stop this war. How can he feel happy that people in Iran are at war? He must have better. I have a lot of ideas for my life. Is it really worth it to record so much and have it on memory systems? Is it really worth it? Talk about the same thing on and on because other people are in a loop. This is a question we have right now, where we are exchanging our values and are going to one common sense. All right. I still believe that only the people can bring this up with the help of these questions that have been brought by the people, right? In our society, our highest core listens to us because we live with democracy and freedom of expression. So, but everybody gets we start relating in better terms or something that's worth it. Um, Only God knows. Then will be. It's up to you. So, yeah, don't make peace a moment of tension because you're still holding on to create more problems. Okay? If the people in Iran die with an atomic bomb, just imagine you're going to burn again. How would you like to be reborn? You can be reborn right now. Bye.